Hello fellow campers, welcome to my dedicated camping channel, The Sunday Camper. Recently I have rediscovered my love of camping and all things adventure in the outdoors. Follow along with me and my little camping buddy Freddie as we travel around Australia in our car and tent camping setups. On this channel I'll be sharing my habits, hacks, tips and tricks to make your camping adventure clean, neat and organised so you can enjoy it to the max and really relax when you get out there. Be sure to like and subscribe and let's get started. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you one of several car camping setup options I have been trialing. I've got a couple of options that I'm working my way through just depending on a couple of factors. Our location, the length of trip, how many people I've got with me. Usually it's just me and my little dog Freddie. This is our double bed setup, and if you're interested in seeing how I turned my RAV-4 SUV into a mobile home on wheels little SUV car camper, no cost, no build, using everything that I already had from home, just keep watching. Freddie wants to jump in. Freddie, just wait. Oh my goodness, Federico. Freddie, you crazy dog. Freddie, you crazy doggy. Can you just wait a second? You just love the comfy bed. Hang on, I've got to do it first, Freddie. Freddie's got to do it. Hang on, get on the cushion. Get on your mat. Freddie, go and get on your mat, please. Get on your mat up there. Go and get on your mat. Get on your mat. Good boy. Go and get on your mat. Hold on. Hold on, please. Oh, Freddie, you're making it very tricky. You're making it very tricky for the bear. Oh. Okay. That's okay. Oh, Freddie. You love the car camping, do you? Now, as far as pillows go, I like to have two. I like this one, which is just an H&M pillow. It's got a down insert, so it squishes down nice and flat. And then I like to have this one, which is a Kmart one, and it's just like good for propping up under your chin or just adjusting so that you're super comfy. So there. And I also have those two big, they're actually from an old sofa. They're big cushions. They're great for sitting on, or if it's cold, you can put it on the base of your outdoor chair. So I'm going to stuff these inside here for travel. And then what I do also is when we're traveling, I just pop these white fluffy rugs, which are just from Target, inside those two cushion covers, just so it all packs down and keeps it all nice and compact and neat. Now, one of the most important things in my SUV Toyota Rav-4 car camping setup was that it was no build. This is actually a lease car. I don't own it, so I cannot make any alterations to it. I also co-parent my two boys, so I have them week on, week off. So I need it to be back into mum mode, car mobile, mum's taxi every other week. Oh, this is the life. This is what we should have done last night. It was also important to me to be able to sit up fully. I do not want a platform bed which restricts my head height. That would make me feel completely claustrophobic, and that is not anything that I'm interested in sleeping in. I don't want to feel like I'm sleeping in a coffin. I had to be able to sit up and be able to move around freely. With this double bed option, obviously the back space is totally taken up with a sleeping area, so it has to be in enough warm weather and dry weather that you can maybe set up a cooking area outside of the vehicle. Come here. Good boy. Let's take a lead off. Sit. Sit. Hey. Good boy. Sit down. Hey. It's comfy. Don't you jump off, Freddie. Don't jump off. You're not allowed to jump off. I'll take you for a walk in a minute. Okay, let's finish. So as you can see, there is absolutely plenty of room to stretch out full length. I'm only 5'3", but still I had loads of room to sleep in this, and this is definitely my preferred sleeping option. But I do have a single bed setup, which I'll share in my next video, which allows for more space along the side of the vehicle, like all your food and cooking equipment, which in this mode I set up in the passenger seat and in the footwells of the back seat passenger footwells, utilizing that space for storage. It is the middle of winter in Brisbane, Australia, where I live, and although the winters are mild, it still does get very chilly overnight. So now we've got the sleeping bag, we've got 2 fluffy blankets underneath, the air mattress, and then just an old Kmart, it's just a floor rug underneath for a bit of insulation. Then this one, it's just our blanket that we usually sit outside with on the chairs, but if you know, if there's any dampness, Freddie's got anything wet with him when we go to bed, he can just sit on that and dry out. He does also have his bed that he sometimes sleeps on in the front, in the passenger seat or in the front seat. As far as window coverings go for insulation and privacy and keeping airflow, we have just gone with the stock standard bug mesh protector. These are just from Kmart, they just slip over. It allows you to open the windows a bit for ventilation without getting bugs in. And then just we don't actually have easy access to reflectix in Australia, so I just bought some really cheap Kmart windscreen shields and chopped them up to the shape of my windows. And then I just grab these and clip it over the top. Since we don't do stealth camping, we don't have to be mindful of anything like this, but that just keeps it in place perfectly overnight for insulation, and it makes a big difference. With these, make a huge difference for insulation, so definitely recommend that. Now I need to trim mine up a bit to size, and I'll probably do the edges across with some, like, not duct tape, it's fabric tape. So that is how we keep some privacy inside when we're sleeping in the car. If it is super chilly, I also have this little heated throw that just runs off DC power, so you just plug that into the cigarette outlet, which there is one at the back of the center console, so it's very convenient for it. And then I just run the car for like 10-15 minutes. I usually run it just to charge my phone and anything else. I will get a little portable battery pack soon, because we've done enough camping trips to know that we're going to continue on doing it, and it's definitely well worth it rather than running the car battery. So that is just a nice option to keep you nice and toasty warm on those chilly nights and chilly mornings. Now, if you don't want to bother with anything that is powered, which I understand you don't want to be running the risk of flattening your battery, I would highly recommend a good old-fashioned water bottle that you can just quickly and easily fill up with heated water, and just take the chill off when you are going to bed at night, because it can get super chilly. Well, it's in the middle of winter here in Australia, so it's a little bit chilly. When I am car camping alone or tent camping alone, and it's just for maybe 1 or 2 nights, I just bring my small size Esky. I do have a bigger, super like heavy duty one that keeps cool for like a week, but this one is enough for me if I just go away with Freddie on my own for a night or two. And it's compact, so the passenger seat I can push forward, and then it just slips in there, and then you can just easily open it up, and then it's just got just the essentials. I just have my water canister also in there, and I've got a bigger one that I keep just outside of the car. For lighting at night, we just have these 2 little hook lights. They're USB rechargeable, so no batteries required, and they last really well. I use them all the time, all night pretty much, and we've been away for 3 days, 2 nights, and they've lasted really well. So they've got like a bright spotlight, and this is really bright. I could see right out into the woods. Now obviously this is not award-winning film footage, this is just on my iPhone in the middle of the night, but you can see that it is a pretty bright and powerful spotlight for that little USB rechargeable lamp. A softer yellow light, a red light, and a red flashing light. I guess you could use that for an emergency if you were maybe stuck on the side of the road or something. So these are great. They've got a little hook. They are magnetic, but the magnet's not super strong, so I just use these to hook up onto the little coat hooks, like so. And then they're just easy to pop on whenever you need them. For additional lighting, I've got this, and at night it is on a sensor. It's not magnetized, but I just stuck on some little sticky magnets on the back, and it just fits perfectly, kind of just right there. And it's great because you just have to wave it in front of it, and then it comes on at night. If it is too bright and it keeps going off without me intending to, I just pop it on the other side, and then I know it's there, so I can just wave my hand around in front if I want to turn it on and activate it, but it is not going off if I move throughout the night or anything like that. super handy and highly recommend grabbing something that is motion activated. Speaking of motion activated lights, I will show you what I've got for a bit of a security light outside. On the front of my passenger window, I have just got this little Kmart night light. It is solar powered, so you just pop it outside, it charges up. At night time it will turn on and it is motion activated. And I have just 3M taped it onto one of these bag clips. I've got a little video of how I did it, so I will insert that here. Let's get this open and have a crack. A little motion sensor light from Kmart. Kmart basket clip. You buy a pack of 4 of these for a few dollars. They're intended to go on the side of bins or baskets, and you write or you put a little label on them. I am going to attach that with 3M sticky Velcro to that, and then that can clip onto the side of the window and roll up and get stuck in place, and then it will act as a bit of a motion security light when people walk past. I'm really happy with this. It turned out really well. The only thing that I might look for is, rather than just having a solar powered light, I did see that at Kmart you could get ones that were solar powered that had a battery rechargeable backup for caravanning. I think that would be better, because if it is, you know, overcast or gloomy through the day, you might not be able to charge it up enough so that it works through the night. So it's good to have a little stash of 3M bits and pieces, hooks, clips, Velcro, 3M, sticky tabs. Just so handy. 1,000 uses for this all around the house. Definitely recommend. I've got a little USB powered fan just to aid the air circulation within the car. Obviously carbon monoxide, potential issue, but if you've got the windows down this far, not a problem. A backseat car carrier is really essential for organising the car, and I just have hand sanitizer, my sunglasses. I've got some little doggy bags down there, and then this spot I always keep overnight Freddie's lead with my car keys attached to it, and I'll just show you. If I had my keys just loose like this, they could quite easily get lost, get put down and misplaced, and the last thing that you want to do is lose your keys when you are out camping. You never know, you might have an emergency that you need to make a quick getaway, or maybe you need to go to the doctor, the hospital, or the vet for an emergency for this little one. So I always want to know at all times where my keys are. So I just pop them there, and then they are always there right by my head, so I can jump in the front car seat and just get away, no problem. As far as staying hydrated through the night, I've got a little water bottle that I can pop here in the door handles. I can put it on either side. Hi Freddie, little book to keep you entertained in the rainy weather. Freddie loves it on the air mattress. I'm still undecided as to whether I will keep the air mattress or go with a different sleeping option. It's got pros and cons, and I'll go into that maybe in another video. Here again, as I shared in my car camping video, I've just got this IKEA tray table. When it's folded down, it just makes a nice stable spot to pop things on the bed. And then I've got this little IKEA container just here. Hey Freddie, you're a bit tired, mate. Mummy woke you up a few times, checking on you in the night time, just making sure you're okay. Just to make sure things don't topple over, so I can have a nice little drink here. Got a little face spray that's nice to have. Got Freddie's little water bottle, so I know where that is at all times, so I can give him a drink in the night time if he wants it. Freddie's snacks, some hand sanitizer, and just a little snack for me. This is also great for if you've got your little iPad and you want to have a little movie marathon in bed at night. Oh, hi friend. No Freddie, don't. Leave it, please. And you want to have a little movie marathon at night, this is a great thing to just set up. And it also has legs, so you can kind of set it up over in the middle of the floor and just pop it wherever you want. It's really, really handy. It definitely recommends. Looking to go away, definitely download all your favorite movies. I've got a big selection from Netflix, so we've got lots of anime, Japanese anime, as well as the last season, a few episodes of Virgin River. So that was enough to keep us entertained on our little camping trips. Privacy for the back window of the hatch. I picked up these privacy curtains from Amazon. They're kind of pretty cheap material. It's like a bit, I don't know, like raincoaty type material, but they come with these cute little clips, so you can hook them around the car anywhere where there's that join along here, and this usually runs the length of the car, so you could use this to block off the front passenger area. But since I've got the windscreen reflector panel, I don't need it up there, so I pop this one just along the back. And then to stop it from dripping right through the middle, I just pop this little plastic rivet in. And I actually do it before I pop the other side in. But you can just kind of clip it up, and then what I'll do is wrap it around. That's how it looks closed. And when you're in there, you can obviously play with it and tuck it into the sides. You can use little bulldog clips to clip it to anything that's around, or just prop it up with pillows and things. And it does a really good job of keeping it nice and private inside. Hi, Freddie. Mommy's not giving you anymore. Oh, and it's got some little tie-up things at the side as well, so you can tie it up. Now, I'm filming this in the daytime, obviously, but I tried to block it out as much as possible just to show you what it looks like at night inside. As you can see, Freddie is most comfy up in there. Now, just down here is where I keep my kind of wardrobe situation. I've got a toiletries bag there with all of my like skincare, deodorant, all personal things. And then behind it, I've got a car organizer with 3 Amazon packing cubes. I've got one for me, one for Freddie, and one for all of our like towels and bathing things, hygiene essentials. And to get at it, and always keep it the same. So Freddie, bathing, me. And I can reach for this easily inside. Just got a hairbrush, essentials, deodorant, face cream, body cream, lip balm, and then a SPF spray, and actually a travel hairspray. As far as kitchen and cooking, pantry supplies, all that good stuff goes, again, I'm trialing a couple of different setups and a few different options, but I just kind of try to keep it minimal, modular, flexible. I like to have multiple purposes for everything that I bring along, so you can see that the little bins that I have got my pantry and my cooking gear in, they can stack up and use as a little table. I've got an IKEA board that just so happens to fit perfectly on the top. The tops of the bins can be used like as a little lap tray. Having multiple uses for every item is really critical when you've got small space environment. You really want to make the most of everything that you bring along, and it's just like a learning process. So as I'm relatively new to this whole car camping thing, it's just going to be a trial and error process, just figuring out what works. I don't do this full time, as I mentioned. I just do it for short trips at the moment, planning on building it up to maybe a week at a time, and then when the boys are on Christmas holidays and spend 3 weeks with their dad, a 3-week road trip, but that would be max. I don't live in my car. It is just for travel, recreation, and enjoyment. And again, I don't do it stealth, so I don't try to, park anywhere that we shouldn't be. At the moment, my main cooking option is my Kmart trusty butane stove. Super cheap, super reliable, and easy to use no matter the weather. We also have a little portable fire pit / charcoal barbecue as well, so we can use that where you are allowed to have open fires. Ready? Say please. Good. Good as boy, Freddie bear. Stay. And one of those for later. Say please. Good boy. Can you believe this little fire pit that folds up into a suitcase was only $7.50 from Bunnings? I thought it might not work out very well or it might fall apart, but it was incredible. And I didn't only use it as a charcoal barbecue like it's intended, I used it as a little fire pit. I'll insert a few clips from my tent camping setup showing what's in all of my kitchen bins. Now, this little guy is just a desktop stationery organizer. It's A4 size, so it's not very big, and it might be one of my favorite recent organizing get-ups for camping. So let me show you what I've got in here. We've just got some little reject shop organizers, our cutlery in here, and there's just some little bits and pieces that go in here. I've usually got some pegs in this section which are just in use, and then I just have a few little clips and things, a lighter, just kitchen bits and pieces. Next one down, I just have some chopping boards and then some kitchen utensils. These are a set of 3 utensils from IKEA, which I love. I mentioned these in my last video, my kitchen recent favorites, and I love them. So I've got one set for camping and I've got another set for home. Just some scissors, which is very handy to have. These are like food scissors. I use this to chop up Freddie's meat that I cook him. I picked up this especially for camping. So you just pull it out and then you can pop it back together. And then in here I also have like one of these long USB rechargeable lighters, and I think there's a couple of other bits and pieces which are in the washing up right now. Actually, I can probably just pop that in there. Then down here, yummy, we've got hot chocolates, we've got some collagen, we've got some vitamin C, we've got some milk sippers for the kids, some caramel bubble tea flavour, just a little coffee sachet, and I think these are just some little jerky sticks. Some pre-packaged vitamins from Vitable. These are probably one of the best things I have ever done, and it is a subscription to vitamins, and they come pre-packaged all ready for you to take each and every day. I actually have a really good discount code available for this. I think you get 50% off your first order, so I'll leave that in the description box below. Then just some little tea bags. Then just got a lifetime blow molded table here. This one has just got cleaning kind of supplies in it, for like dishwashing, cloths, gloves, detergent, etc. You can use this in fact as a washing up basin, which is great. If you empty this out, you can dry all your goodies in here that you've washed up. Again, it's just me, so I have the smaller setup for this little trip. Some glass cleaning wipes. Now these are great for the car. Obviously you want to have a nice clean car if you are driving in it or staying in it like we did this camping trip for our testing out our car camping setup. Just some antibacterial wipes. These are my bamboo compostable ones. Then we also just have an extra butane for the gas stove. This one usually has a few more bits and pieces in it for when we pack up, but for now some things are out because they're in use. It'll have things like thermoses in there. So this is my thermos that I use for ice. It's the end of a 3-day trip, so let's see how much ice is left. There's a few chunks in there, but it's great if you like ice in your drinks while camping. So that's great. This was just from Kmart. I think it was maybe $18. It is absolutely huge, and the thing that I like about it is that when you open the lid, it's all joined in one, so you're not going to lose any pieces. It's also nice and big on the mouth opening, which is what I like about these ones, where you can't see inside if they're getting a little bit grotty, so you can actually get in there with a nice brush and give it a good clean out. You can buy this chopping board, which when I decided to use these for camping, I was like, that shape kind of looks familiar, and I was like, let's see if it fits. It fits perfectly, so you can use this as a work surface. I use this outside. I pop the butane stove on it, and it is great for a nice extra cooking surface, and it's the perfect height. If you stack it up and sit in the camp chair, you can have one stacked on the top of each other, and it's the perfect height for cooking or cleaning or doing any food prep while you're sitting down in the camp chair. I'm a notorious overpacker when it comes to food, but that's just a quick look in there. And again, these are just more containers from Kmart. They're perfect because they stack up on top of each other and they fit really nicely in this bin. And then to the side I've just got, just bits and pieces. Typical food that you would take while you're camping, but I think I really need to start doing some meal planning for when we go on camping. This was a really spontaneous camping trip, so I just threw together a few things, stopped at the shops, and just took off, basically. Then in the last bin up here, we just have the cooking utensils. Got a little jaffle or pie iron. I've used this to make some chicken tenders in it, some bacon and eggs, toasted sandwiches. It's actually very, very versatile. There's so many things that you can cook in this thing. It's just like a double fry pan pretty much. We've just got a thermos. It's great when you are when you're boiling water for cooking or for washing dishes at the end of the night. It's nice to fill up a thermos with some hot water as well, so you've got some hot water on hand to make a coffee or a tea or a hot chocolate without having to go through the hassle of reboiling water. Then we've got one of my favorite new purchases. Now half of it is in the washing at the moment, but I'll just quickly show you. And this is the Stanley Base Camp all-in-one cook set, and it is literally all-in-one. It comes with everything that you need to go on a camping trip, to make food. So it's got plates, it's got a chopping board, it's got bowls, it's got utensils, it's got cutlery, it's got the whole kit bang and caboodle. It's even got the kitchen sink because you can use this as a kitchen sink, and it also has a dish drainer. So guys, that about wraps it up for today's organised car camping setup video. As I mentioned, this is one of a few car camping setups that I'm trialling. So if you are interested in checking out the others, be sure to subscribe and hit the notifications. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me and Freddie on our car camping adventure. Have a fabulous day, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.